Let us discuss about tetralogy of Fallot. Tetralogy of Fallot. Tetralogy of Fallot. This is the most congenital cyanotic heart diseases in children. It is the most common congenital cyanotic heart diseases in children. Congenital cyanotic heart diseases in children. Let's see the various components of tetralogy of Fallot. There are mainly 4 components of tetralogy of Fallot. 4 components. The components are: the first one is large unrestricted ventral septal defect. Large unrestricted ventral septal defect. Second is pulmonary stenosis. Pulmonary stenosis. Okay. Third is overriding of aorta. Overriding of aorta. Overriding of aorta in the sense, you see, usually aorta arises from left ventricle, right? We all of us know that. Here aorta appears that arises from both the ventricles. That means it appears that it is arising from both ventricles, left and right. Okay, that means it shifts its location from left to towards somewhat right side. Okay, so it appears that it is arising from both left and right ventricular chambers. Okay, the fourth component is right ventricular hypertrophy. Right ventricular hypertrophy. Okay, these are the 4 components of tetralogy of Fallot. Let me make you remember these things, these 4 components. Let us assume that this is heart. Heart has got 4 chambers, right? Has got 4 chambers: right atrium, left atrium, right ventricle, left ventricle. Okay, from right ventricle we'll see pulmonary trunk arising. Okay, that means from it pulmonary arteries, all these things arises. From left ventricle aorta will arise, right? Pulmonary trunk, right? See, defect will be in this, only in these components. Okay, first one is there will be hypertrophy of right ventricle, hypertrophy of right ventricle. Second is there is ventral septal defect. Third one is there is pulmonary stenosis. Fourth one is overriding of aorta. If you just remember this diagram, it will be very easy for you to memorize these 4 components. Okay, let's see the classification of tetralogy of Fallot. Before going to the classification, let's see the clinical features. Classification is nothing but cyanotic and acyanotic. Okay, classification is cyanotic and acyanotic tetralogy of Fallot. In cyanotic, what happens is there will be more pulmonary stenosis. Will be more. Due to this stenosis, oxygenation of blood will not happen, right? Oxygenation will be impaired. That results in cyanosis. whereas in acyanotic diseases ventral septal defect will be more. So in this we don't see cyanosis, we see cyanosis only in cyanotic tetralogy of Fallot. Okay, then moving to clinical features. Clinical features, the first is cyanosis. Cyanosis, clubbing, polycythemia, and cyanotic spells. Okay, we'll see what is cyanotic spells afterwards. In cyanotic spells, cyanosis will be more and the patient will be more dyspneic. Okay, in cyanotic spells cyanosis will be more and more the patient will be more dyspneic. Don't worry, we will discuss it later during during management. Okay, there will be heart failure. This heart failure is not seen unless complicated. Okay, this it is not seen usually unless it is complicated, and this complication is by anemia, infective endocarditis, myocarditis, systemic hypertension. In complications, all these things happen. Due to these complications, it results in heart failure. The complications are anemia, infection, infective endocarditis, myocarditis, systemic hypertension. Due to all these things, it results in heart failure. Okay, then let's see the findings on auscultation. On auscultation, there will be no murmurs. No murmurs are seen. This is because ventral defect is very large, to such an extent that two chambers appears as one. Okay, there will be no murmurs because ventral septal defect is very large, right? Septal defect is very large. Due to this ventral septal defect, the two ventral chambers they appear as one, even though they are two, but due to this defect they appear as one. Ventral septal defect is large. There will be ejection murmurs, systolic murmur, ejection systolic murmurs. These ejection systolic murmurs are seen in pulmonary area, and this is because of pulmonary stenosis, due to pulmonary stenosis. And there will be single second heart sound, okay. Assessment of tetralogy of Fallot is directly proportional to cyanosis and inversely proportional to intensity and duration of murmurs. Okay, we'll assess of tetral pathology. This assessment is directly proportional to cyanosis and inversely proportional to intensity and duration of murmurs. This is about auscultation. In the next lecture